And we are live with the great and powerful Aaron StJames and Kaden.
What up?
And
Ed Kaden.
Got Santa Aaron and his elf Caden.
Santa aid. Yeah, for anybody that's just listening, they've got costumes on and it looks dope.
yeah. Actually, funny thing is, I was just driving and my mom called me and she goes, "Oh, what's that Christmas post you guys posted?" And I go, "Christmas post?" So I'm like, I'm trying to think about it. And she's like, "The one where you're the Santa and Caden's the elf." She's like, "I've been texting that to all my friends. I just love it."
That's awesome. It's so funny because it's like such a it's just like a crappy editing job, but it's so funny. Everyone loves it.
But
I
that's the
said,
best.
like, I don't know how he does it. The guy's a wizard.
Yeah. Took me a lot of hours. I spent my whole shift doing that.
Is this a real thing? Have I not seen it yet?
Have you
I
not
don't
seen it?
know. Where I'm
No.
Santa Aaron and he's
No,
elf on
dude.
the shelf.
Aaron's painting a flat box and I'm the elf on the shelf. You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh well,
Dude, where you been?
it's nothing
I've been
impressive. So
hiding, Aaron. Oh my God. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. Well, for everybody that's listening, you're welcome for that.
yeah, check out it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Be a better friend than I am. That must have been when I was up north.
probably, yeah.
Good. We're gonna do a recap of the year.
But yeah, let's do it.
That's gonna be fun, man. Got a lot of shit done this year.
Heard this is one of the best years Colombia's had since I hopped on board.
I bet. Yeah, it's the best year you've ever seen. That's for
Actually,
sure.
sales have dropped rapidly, actually, but it's been a great year. It's been a great year.
We've had fun.
It's fun. We've had a good time for sure.
We have all certainly had a good time, Aaron. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for that.
yeah,
Um, man, you've had some big changes though. The whole sales team got swapped out, right? And then
yeah,
new additions. So you had more than you did previous.
yeah. Like I was saying before, we're making a heavy push when we talked last. We got a lot of new products coming out, a lot of exciting things. So we're it's time to shake it up a little bit, right? Like when the
Mhm.
market slows down, like the way it does, that's the time you want to make moves.
Yes.
You don't hunker down. We want to move faster and harder. So that's what we've been gearing towards. Yeah. So oh, and we've had a lot of fun along the way as well, right? So
Oh, totally. Yeah.
yeah,
I've talked
yeah,
a bunch of times on here about like marketing strategies and to all of us, like we're just out kind of having fun and like doing these things and building community and stuff. But like I think people see that and you got to be selling tools with people seeing what we've been doing, right? Like I would assume. But
yeah.
like
Potentially, yeah. I would assume. Yeah, I actually don't know whether I don't know, but it's hard to correlate it, right? It's
that's
hard
right.
to put a number on it, but I see it as more just bringing fun to the industry, having
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I'm not a very serious person. I
Hmm.
can be serious. I can make shit happen, but I like to live lightly and have fun. So I like to bring that to the industry and have everybody else um have fun alongside with it. Right? Like yeah,
Yeah.
try to lift up everybody's spirits rather than just have
Totally.
this shit advertisement going all the time. And yeah,
It's a good way of making exposure the tools, but like in a fun way, like Aaron said, like it's entertaining. People are attracted to it. They want to see it, not just a bunch of ads over and over again, right?
Oh, totally. We were on the phone today and I was saying to Aaron, like, if you took a look at like who the quote unquote team was like last year in Vegas, as opposed to like who the quote unquote like team is now, like main players, Columbia people, like who have like dug the flag in the sand kind of thing, it's like tenfold. And it's like it's so contagious. Like I couldn't imagine another company being like Faith and Tyler are a perfect example, right? They get a taper and then somebody else goes out there and like shows them how to fucking run it.
yeah, that was
You know
pretty
what I
cool.
mean? And like come down and do this and do that. And like you did that with Big Dog. Like you see that in the Columbia, community. I don't think
Yeah,
you
I want
see
to
that everywhere.
get more of that too. That'd be really cool to do more of that. Yeah.
Everyone
So
gets along for sure. It's cool.
we're all kind of the same, man. Like really like tone wise, like everybody's got their quirks and stuff, but the fundamentals are all there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. As long as the goal is helping people out and the betterment of everybody's lives, then it's not that hard to have everybody have a good time and have fun and get along together, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Was there any huge things that happened prior to Florida this year, like releases or anything like that?
There wasn't a lot. That was when we were just diving in. We had Kaden started in February.
Hmm.
Um,
So Florida was like, I think, in my first couple
Yeah.
weeks there.
I met
yeah,
you in February. We shook hands for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, sit right here actually too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's right. What did you come up?
he came
You
down.
came
Yeah,
down. What were you here for again?
So we had got the plane tickets for
Oh
doing the
shit, it was for
Surrey
the
job.
house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And then you were
that seems
like,
so long ago.
yeah, dude, it's like a million years ago. Like
This
if
year
you,
has been crazy, man. Yeah, because we had that. So we had at the time I was the marketing person and the sales team
yeah.
at that time. Not for a long time, but it was at that time. Yeah, so I was revamping everything. So yeah, this year's been crazy in terms of all that stuff. But
I,
yeah.
I remember last year, like meeting you and then trying to like understand like your position in the company. And it was just like everything. Like it just felt like you were taking on everything. And then you had Jill at the time, and then when it sounded like you guys parted ways, I was like, how the hell is he gonna do all this by himself? And then like Kaden gets inserted, and then like
Yeah,
the new sales team got inserted, and it's just like you guys are all over the place now.
yeah. What Aaron can keep in his brain is insane. Like when I first started here, and he was doing so many things.
Oh,
You'd ask him
dude,
any question, he'd know exactly right away. Like
you, you got
it's
so
no,
many hats on, they're falling off. Like,
pretty much.
I don't mind doing it though. I like it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it is
man.
nice to be focused. It is nice to be focused. Like having a team around. We've done it in lots of different areas. Like we've done it in the machine shop, we've done it in our assembly. Now we got to do it in our marketing and sales team, and it allows myself and Elliot to be more involved in product development, coming out with
Mhm.
new ideas. And we need more of that, right? I mean, when I'm doing all that stuff, it's so hard to launch a product or get even get our ideas together. And I mean, you can do it, but you feel like you're swimming with a straw in your mouth or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's lots going
Yeah.
on in every area. So
I
But it's
imagine.
it's good, man. You got a good team.
yeah. Yeah, it's been awesome working with these guys, and it's a lot of learning for sure. And more to learn too, but it's been a great time, and I think I've learned a lot, and it's been fun working with Aaron and Joe and Addison and meeting all you guys too, which has been great.
Yeah, dude. I think nice.
What do you got?
Um,
What do you got going on there?
I'm on a gin kick right now, so it's a
Yeah?
Dylan's Blackberry.
I had one of those on the weekend. It was actually really good.
They're pretty good, dude. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Clink.
Sean.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, everyone listening.
Mm. Oh,
We got some Sapporos here. I was out for sushi and I picked up some Sapporos.
You got
it, I have it every time I have sushi. That is and I enjoy it. Sapporos are
Oh, it's
delicious.
a great beer. It's a great beer.
Mhm.
sushi places too. They give you the nice cold glass you pour it into.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Not a Columbia though. No, I'm just joking.
Columbia pint glasses. Does that count?
Um,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
so first big event was Florida.
Florida was the first big event that I can remember. Yeah, we went down to Orlando there. It was going to be originally just me and Phil going, and then Phil had something come up, and then I talked to you, and you're like, "Oh, I thought I was already going."
Yeah, I had already bought my tickets.
And Cam had bought his ticket, I think, as well. And then Danny's like, "Hey, what's going on with this trade show thing?" So Danny came. We were gonna try and surprise you guys with Danny, but then
Danny sneaking his way in as normal.
Danny snuck his way in, and then
that's when I got tagged along.
and then Kaden had to fly in from Mexico. He was like on a family trip. Gotta come to Florida, dude.
Yeah.
And then so he came because I was like, it's a good way to throw you in the deep end. And then who else was there? Who else came? Was that it? Yeah, that was it.
I mean, a bunch of people were there though. Ernesto and
Ernesto came in. That was great to
Hayden.
meet him finally. That was awesome. Love Ernesto.
We met. It was my first time meeting Hayden at the trade show there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Who's that?
Kaden's stepbrother, Hayden.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like two peas in a pod.
I told
I love Hayden too.
get
I
him on this
love Hayden
podcast
too.
so I don't have to get rallied as much by you guys.
That's
So
right.
CSR event took all the pain for me.
Yeah, that was the best moment of Caden's life was when Hayden showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're looking
Hayden,
around like, hey,
more, man.
they're not bullying me anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. That was
I started adding in on it too, and then Aaron calls me out. He's like, hold on. What's Kaden doing? Like Kaden's having all this fun chirping Hayden, but isn't he the guy?
Yeah.
That's when we first started to talk about the knives. Was Florida.
That's how long it's been taken. So we just started talking about those then. We just got our first batch in now.
Nice.
They're going to be launching in January. They're really cool. They're kind of like the black nylon style handle with the hammerhead on the back.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's got a really cool black and silver logo, kind of that stainless logo. They're all going to be stainless. We're not doing the carbon. No, we want just for the pros, right?
Yeah.
It's got the Easy Peel sticker on it, hammerhead on the bottom. It's going to be a nice knife. And then we've got two different other types coming out too. These are the first ones we've got though. Yeah, we're going to have the ergonomic soft grip, the hammerhead on the back.
Yep.
All stainless. And then we're also going to have the, why am I losing my mind here? Oh, the full stainless knives.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So those are coming soon, like all within the new year.
Nice.
So that'll be nice. I'm really excited for that. That was, so like if you think about it, that was in March. We had those there. It just takes a long time to get shipped.
Dude, I mean those were the first ones that you got, right? Like that was the very first idea to brought to market in like 8 months. That's not a bad deal.
Yeah. And then we just hired Kaden. The next month I hired Addison, Joe. We were teaching Kaden marketing. I was teaching those guys sales. So like in order to sit down and just delve into it, it was like just took some time, right? But no, I think it's going to go over really well. I know it's a flooded market already.
Totally.
But we're just going to have our stuff's going to be just for the pros. So it'll be good quality. You won't have to think about what you're buying. Whatever you get is going to be good. And they're going to look great. I mean, they're going to look great next to all the other products, and they'll complement the rest of your set, right?
That's right.
And the cool thing is we can start throwing them in like the tactical sets and stuff as well, right? And as a full complete set.
Yeah.
Well, it takes up how much room, right? Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Definitely all the Columbia customers will, want to get these, and then slowly, hopefully we break in. People start buying the knives. So they like them, right?
I remember back when I was working with Nate quite a bit, we had that conversation of like, Columbia needs to come out with knives, and I don't care if they're even shit knives. I would still buy them and use them because they're Columbia. So then when you guys were like, yeah, we are going to do it, I got like my tail got wagging because I was like, these things are going to end up being dope.
Yeah.
And then so I kind of get what I wanted, but it's also a really good knife.
Totally. And like we're so used to being able to be quick on things because because we're not manufacturing this, we're not used to that kind of stuff, right? So it just took us a while. That's all. Find the right partners to work with and find the right style and all that stuff. But yeah, no, that's good.
Short of that, you need like a press, and like you would need new machinery to bang those out, right? Like
you would need to, and who knows, maybe one day, but that's as of right now. I think we've found some great partners. So
totally, man.
Yeah. It'd be a lot of trial and error too, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Somebody's already doing it. Let them do it. Like you got specifications, right? And that's just what they make them to.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick. The mud pans, I was reading it's a lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
Are the knives going to be like that too?
No.
I was like, there's no way.
Well, you can't, right?
There's no way. Yeah.
No, because the knife gets used, right? Whereas a mud pan, you're just scooping mud out of it.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like it's so solid and.
I guess the only thing that's going wrong with that is like what the welds in the corners or something.
Yeah, I mean,
like
if
it's
you drive
indestructible.
over it, obviously that's not going to be covered under warranty.
Yeah,
but
totally.
If it breaks on its own, right? Like, yeah. Well, we could try driving over it and see.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have 3.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of that, we're planning on doing some new videos here, some more content, kind of bringing it back a bit.
Nice.
And one of those is a brake test video with the carbon fiber stuff.
Dope.
So we're running over some carbon fiber, dropping it off the lift, and a bunch of stuff. So stay tuned for that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh man. How'd the new Predator line do? Did it do as well as I figured it was gonna? Like
It's been doing well.
yeah.
I think like the Predator taper sold well in the beginning. It did better than I thought it was going to do. I'm trying to remember back. I think we launched it in 2018. Now I think it sells 1-to-1, like taper to Predator taper. And that's kind of where I thought it would get to. And I imagine the handle's getting to that as well eventually. It is taking longer to do that because I think handles are one of those things that people are just so used to ordering the normal ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the more and more it gets out there, I would say right now it's probably 25%. Like it's 1 to every 4 is the Predator one that we're selling versus the regular ones. But man, it's not even that much. Like the Predator tapers, a couple $100 more or whatever, right? Two or $300 more. But the handles, you're talking $20 more, $15 more. We're not talking that much. Like I if it was me, I would be buying the Predator ones all day long. I mean, the difference is amazing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's lighter, but you also can beat the shit out of this thing and you're not denting it like you would something else.
Shit out of it. Yeah.
I mean, don't do that, but if it's in your truck.
Lighter. I like the warmth of it big time. Like, yeah.
They look super cool too.
Yeah, that's I like it.
I think that's one thing that we need to, emphasize a little bit more is like the price difference with the handles. Yeah, it isn't much at all. Like,
it's not that much.
Because a lot of when we are talking to dealers and stuff, a lot of them will say, "Oh, people don't really like things that are more expensive and stuff," but they're really not. Yeah, for what you're getting, it's definitely worth it.
I mean, if it was everywhere and they were sitting beside each other, I don't know who would buy the regular one.
I think if you even put ours next to some of our other competitors, I think our Predator ones might be even still less or the same price as their like normal ones.
Oh, really?
So I think so. I from what I've looked at, but do your research.
Yeah.
Look that up, Jamie. Yeah.
Jamie.
Yeah, right on, man. Yeah, man, Florida was a hoot.
Yeah, man, Florida was great. And then that was fun. That was Kaden's kind of first time he got literally thrown into the deep end. Like, what is happening here?
Yeah. No, it wasn't what I was expecting. I mean, but like meeting all you guys was, right away. It was super cool, super fun. And it's also funny too, because it was like a lot of your guys' first time meeting each other too, right?
Yeah, dude. I'd never met Danny.
I've talked to you about this before, but I'm still shocked about that like that was your first time meeting Danny. I thought you guys were best friends. Like everyone got along so well, and it definitely helped out, and it was a great time because of that.
Oh,
yeah,
totally.
We got to meet Matt down there too. You just did
dude.
Matt.
Yeah, that was a good podcast.
Is it Ari?
I say Ari.
Ari?
Yeah.
I always call him Ari. But he was a good dude. I really like that podcast you just did with him. Actually,
I'm like two-thirds of the way through it. I'm wondering how the end of it goes, but
yeah,
I think it was good.
But he's a good dude. Yeah, that was a pleasure meeting him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's funny because I do remember a lot of people, but he said something like that. Like I FaceTimed him and helped him out with a thing. Like I'll hear that from people a lot where I'll be talking to them and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't even remember doing it. It's not that I don't mean to remember doing it. It's just I do it once or twice a week or whatever, right? So then you forget, but it's just interesting to hear that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun too. And he's going to be down in Charlotte as well, or whatever he's talking about going down there too, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then we got the Predator rig right after build. Did a couple trips with that. That was fun. We just kind of got to know it. Next year is going to be huge. 2025, we're going to do a bunch of trips.
Nice.
So we're going to do a trip down to Charlotte, kind of broken up where people fly in and fly out for it. And then that'll come back up into Canada, and then we're going to do a Canada trip back from there. I'm going to try and find places to be able to store it in between.
Oh yeah,
But that's going to be fun. We got some good ideas for that, like making
Yeah.
some tour shirts, like
that'd be
Roxburgh
dope.
shirt has
Yep.
the cities, like the stops on it.
Yeah.
Clump show, we'll call it, and then we're gonna have like
Yeah.
eight on the back and the cities we stop in.
So we want to do quite a bit of that. Like obviously we'll do, if we can do 2 or 3 a year, it'd be cool because we're not going to be doing them over the
Totally.
winter much. But spring, summer, if we can do 2 or 3 of those a year and hit different spots every time, it'd be pretty fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and the marketing tidal wave that would come with that too. Like, let's say you've got an event down in wherever, like sometimes you'll do it as like a little pop-up thing, but if people know where you're going to be at in 2 weeks from now,
Well, that's the thing.
that's
Yeah.
real smart, man.
First ones might not be as, just like anything.
Oh, by the
They might not
third
be-
one though.
But by the time you start learning and figuring it out, yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Document our whole journey going through and
Oh,
make
100%.
story posts and where we're going next.
What happens in the predator rig stays in the predator rig.
Yeah.
Kid.
Right.
Yeah, plan little days too, like stopping at customers and stuff and
Yeah.
doing whatever, showing the new tools or
Well, stopping at people's houses along the way will be cool too, right?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
And staying overnight at their houses, whatever. It's gonna be fun, right?
yeah, Matt, Ari, if you're listening to this, I'm gonna come through Tennessee.
Yeah, we're
Nice.
coming to Tennessee, buddy. We're gonna pick you up and we'll convoy all the way to.
You got no choice.
Ah,
Yeah.
So
Like
and you get to see tons of places that you never see normally, right? When you fly into places,
mhm.
all these little places along the way. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Oh, and driving's dope, man. If you're not pulling like 11, 12-hour days, like you could really have a nice 10-hour drive. You stop for
totally,
lunch.
totally.
You like,
And there are usually 2 people in the car, right? So you kind of switch off, and
yeah, totally.
yeah.
Yeah. I got to drive the Predator rig for the first time. Well, me and Aaron did a little customer day and I drove it with him. Only took out like one tree the first time.
Ah, really? Actually?
Hit a branch, but then like a few weeks later, maybe a couple months later, Aaron let me take it by myself to a few customer appreciation days.
Nice.
Local, and that was fine. It went well. Had it for like 3 days, I think. It was just driving it around, and it's actually a pretty easy rig to drive.
Yeah, it's not terribly long.
Yeah.
It's just
No.
the height. The height, I guess, would be
The height, the width, like it's fine. It's a big 4x4, right? So it's not like you're not driving like a Cadillac or anything like that, right? Like it drives nice when you're in the front seats. It's got the air suspension seats or whatever.
Nice.
So it's just you just got to realize what you're driving. That's all.
Yeah, just be respect the vehicle or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But it's
That-
it's fun.
That was pretty much the coolest lunchroom ever in Surrey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Like, yeah, man. The girls had their own like running bathroom, and there was like a fridge and like
Yeah,
little hangout
I had to
area.
do some repairs to it afterwards because where the stairs are to get into it.
Yeah.
There was drywall mud just caked onto the carbon fiber
Oh, no.
thing. I had a guy come and repair. He came and repaired it though. So yeah, because there was a couple warranty things like where it bubbled up and stuff. So and I said, oh, and over here it's peeling or whatever, and it was because everybody's shoes had been kicking it up or whatever.
Oh no.
I think because when we were there, remember the sun was baking down on it too. So I think
100%.
with the drywall mud and the sun baking down on it, it was yeah. But
People's shoes are just kind of like scrape on it like that as they would walk up, and
Cleaning the shoes.
yeah, exactly.
literally.
Yeah, exactly. Shoe shine.
yeah, I think I saw you, Sean, actually like rubbing your shoe on there on purpose.
I'm the problem. It's me. I yeah, I mean, that was the next biggest thing, right? Was Surrey after Florida?
No, Kaden and I went to Brazil.
Oh yeah.
And that was pretty sweet. We went to Brazil. We got to see Alan down there, and Tannen came with us, TRN tasting, and we got to meet a ton of people down there. Drywall Fortaleza wasn't there, but he was on FaceTime the whole time.
Yeah, he was on FaceTime the entire time.
We got to meet a ton of people down there.
It was my first time meeting Lydia. She was down.
Yeah, Lydia was down there. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, like Leonardo too. That guy.
Yeah, he was great.
Actually, these guys here are tough build guys.
Nice.
They wear the masks. Was their
Oh
name?
yeah.
So Americano.
Gesso for America. Or
Yeah. They were that was a lot of fun. Like you want to talk about traveling like a rock star. You go in there and it's like felt like I was like part of like what are those called? The what are those K-pop band or whatever?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Aaron was the most amazing guy in Brazil.
That's what Alan.
Yeah.
Alan.
Shout out to Alan.
For all these dad construction of Brazil. But the booth behind us, it was funny because we had the demos set up and we had our booth just shaking with people chanting and like doing soccer chants and stuff like that. And the booth behind us kept getting so mad. They made trowels and knives and they had them all kind of like racked up on the display behind them. And they kept getting knocked off because our booth was just shaking so much. And they finally they kind of just came over and just joined us or whatever because they were,
can't beat them, join them.
Like, it was fun. I don't know if we'll be invited back, but it was if it was one and done, then it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good one and done.
We had like 40 people at our booth at all time, sometimes way more.
Yeah,
like dude, it was packed.
Some of those videos Lydia took, it was like a regular trade show, and then it looked like you guys were giving stuff away for free or something. Like there was just this huge crowd of people right around where the Columbia booth was, and then just like
we're just giving knowledge away for free.
Oh yeah, dude, fun.
A lot of these guys haven't seen a lot of these tools in action. They're like some of the auto tools. So
yeah,
they've seen them all. They've seen the videos and stuff. They've seen Columbia, the brand. They've seen Aaron. That's why he was so famous there.
And then, it was cool though. They got to see him, use them, try them. Right. Yeah. We're still working out ways to get him into Brazil. We'll get him there soon. I keep getting asked all the day, but we're working on it, and that's going to be a good market eventually. Yeah, and that's where stuff like the hand knives, the mud pans, like that's a good starting point to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we move from there, right?
Well, even if like, because that's international now, like that's big time shipping, I would assume, getting stuff there.
Yeah, they also have major tax problems there where I think when you ship things into there, it's like almost like 100% tax, right?
Wow.
So that's why everything's quite expensive there, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. Maybe we'll have to have a headquarters in Brazil, and Kaden can go meet his.
There we go.
There. Hey,
yeah,
Kaden can go run it.
You were destined. You were destined to be together.
I'll just marry her, and I can get my my visa.
Yeah, Brazilian visa
right away.
See?
Yeah.
So
when they do that, and this is proof of it, they love each other. Okay.
Yeah.
So whoever's listening to this is evidence.
So Kaden,
yeah. I love you, Giovanna.
Yeah.
Hello, if you're listening to this,
I can guarantee she's not.
That's right.
Oh man, so afterwards, okay, so we do the show. It's awesome. Kane's like, okay, so I gave away all the tools we had there. So we had a tactical set, we had a commando set, and I think we had a warrior set. And so I'm like, I'm going to give them to the people that helped us the show or whatever, because there's a bunch of guys that helped. And Kane's like, okay, and I'm like, no, we're not giving them away yet, though. He's like, why? I'm like, because we got to go make a movie with them first or whatever. And this is where we're going to go to Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
And Caden's laughing because he's been with us for 2 months. He's like, I can't believe you're making these people. They had to come back and meet us afterwards because I'm like, we need to have our
Aaron's serious about it. We gotta, these guys can deal with it. Like, we got to make this video. They're free tools. It's their price they got to pay.
We thought we were going to make it outside of the hotel there. There was kind of like a little forest area. But we wake up the next day and they have like a parade going on or something like that outside.
Yeah.
So or like a festival.
Yeah, something about a festival.
So we're like, oh,
there's things going on all the time.
So we're freaking out. Not freaking out. Did we have our flight that day too?
I think no, not that day. It was the next day.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the next day. We had about half a day window to do this because I think we had plans for dinner.
So we're driving around. We find this like city park or whatever. The city park's all gated off, and there's like government people there for some reason. I don't know either. They've closed it down. So we're like, okay, well, let's go find a parking spot and see if we can get into the city park somehow. So we go into this parking lot, and right beside the parking lot is this abandoned building. And I'm like, Kaden, let's go inside, see what this abandoned building's all about. It's a flop house. Like there's alcohol bottles, couches. There's a VW that's been stripped down, clothes hanging up on a wire. I'm like, this is perfect. This is perfect. This looks like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie set or something like that. It was scary as hell because we were looking around for people and waiting to get stabbed.
Yeah.
we did a quick search, and then we were like, yeah, let's just not even go over there. Like
Hmm.
it's
Let's
let's
just do
just
it quick.
Aaron's like, let's just start shooting this
So let's
video
just,
now.
just start shooting. We were yelling and screaming.
Oh
We
yeah,
weren't being
we
quiet.
weren't. No,
The
it's so
parking
funny
lot
though.
attendant was wondering what the hell we're doing. We're the only car parked in the lot.
And yeah, for a parking lot too. Like it was just a little sign that said parking, and Tatum was like, "Oh, let's go park over there, and we can look around." And then we went in, and it was one guy that was there controlling the gate or whatever, and then really dirty lot, like just gravel everywhere, and then this building was just right there. It worked
Perfect.
out.
Trees were going in it.
Yeah, that's why you've seen the video. There's like a jungle inside of this building. It was
And you guys are just playing guns with
yeah,
like back in the day.
Oh, dude. It turned out okay. So then we get on the plane. I swear our flight was that day because you smell like ketchup still on the plane or whatever.
Yeah,
because you couldn't shower.
We did that in
afterwards.
the morning.
Yeah, man. We had to catch a flight that
We
day.
had to catch a flight that day.
And so we get on the plane, and we got a 10-hour flight. And Kaden and I are sitting together, and there's one guy beside him, like so there's 3 seats.
Yeah,
we're sitting seats like you and Cam were sitting in on the plane to like those the ones with the
foot room
exit row ones, and you got tons of leg room. And Kaden and I are like, this guy's trying to sleep, and we're just giggling the entire because we're editing the flight or we're editing the video the whole way home or whatever.
And I was adding those effects, like all the sound effects into it.
It was perfect, dude.
We didn't even know how to do it, right? We're just figuring it out on the go.
We had so much time, so it was like, hey, why not? Let's
bang it out.
Let's make this thing awesome. So we added all like the sound effects, the chopping noises, the gun effects.
Dude, the fire out of the handles, man. I was blown away when I saw that video. I was like, this guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah. It was so I kept doing little things, and then I'd show Aaron, and then we just started laughing our ass off. Guy next to us, I'm pretty sure he got mad at us.
Oh, he was pissed. He was pissed.
Like actually was like,
no, it doesn't matter.
But we didn't care.
That's fine.
Yeah. Great video came out of it. So
fuck that guy.
Yeah. He doesn't really matter. We did either he goes to sleep or we put him to sleep, and
that's right.
He was fine. He ended up being fine.
Talk about being thrown to the wolves, though, buddy. Like when you got brought on, it was like within a month you had been on that trip, and then pack your bags, we're going to Brazil, and then come back into the chaos of Surrey. Like, I don't know how. I don't think regular people wouldn't have done that. They would have been like, "This is insane. I'm not doing this for the rest of my life."
No, definitely. Yeah, no, I'm thinking about that. Yeah, no, just kidding. But it was definitely really big change, and like it was just completely random. I was like, what are we doing here? But it was super fun, and definitely the best way to do it, because I learned so much by just getting thrown to the wolves, getting thrown in the deep end. It's definitely the best way to learn. So it really helped, and it was a great time.
And it was a great time.
It was.
And then we came back, and then we basically did Surrey right after that.
Yeah,
you guys came in like a couple weeks after, I think.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it was same month, I think.
It was like it was the end of April and then beginning of May. So it was like we had maybe had a week in between, maybe not even.
Yeah.
You guys flew in that Saturday, or you flew in the Friday after I got back. I got back Sunday, and you flew in on the Friday. That's right.
Yeah, I think Chad and I got there on the Thursday.
Oh yeah,
and then like we were on site Friday morning
or whatever. You're not seeing me until that's right.
I remember that phone call where it's like, "Hey man, I know that like you're here and stuff, but like we got a whole week of this shit."
Yeah,
it was like, dude,
I was just
we're good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're good.
And, I think it was that Friday. Me, you, Chad, and my buddy went to the Pearl Jam concert. Yeah,
that was cool. Man, I did, man. So we just about didn't, because there was so much work to do. I remember telling you like, "No, man, I don't think," and like I wanted to be ready for everyone, and like you kind of called back like, "Dude, you're going to the concert. You're gonna have some fun. You're gonna go with Kaden." And my tail started wagging. I'm like, "All right, fucking."
Maybe you heard that. You're
maybe we'll go. Yeah,
sure.
That was a blast, man. I had a great time that night. I got some great pictures from that night. Like, just like this many beers. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude.
Was 5 beers? Yeah, I guess it would have been 9. Yeah.
Yeah, I was the same as Sean. I was trying to keep up.
Yeah.
I know. I'd trick people. keeping
You
up.
what?
I trick people into keeping up.
Oh yeah, you do.
I do.
Did that
Um,
time I went to Ontario.
yeah, man. And then that Sunday was like full tilt setup.
Yeah.
And then we took the house from like a house to like that staging area, put
I
everything
didn't think it
out.
was going to take that long. I showed
Yeah.
up at the shop here at Columbia, like I think 6 a.m. to grab all the tools and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And we weren't done till like 4 p.m.
Yeah.
staging. I didn't think it was going to take that long at all, but
We
Well,
brought all the displays over.
we
and
had the
stuff.
mud too, right?
yeah,
700 boxes of mud or whatever it
that was
was.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of mud. Yeah.
But we used a lot of it. We almost used all of it.
Yeah.
There was a little bit left. I think I took back like half a pallet or something like that. But
Yeah.
it wasn't
Out of
much.
like the 4 or 5 pallets that came, that was
Yeah.
that daisy chain that we made, passing boxes. I was like, that was crazy. We
Yeah,
must have unloaded for half an hour.
we totally did.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was nuts. But it was fun, man. And it was worth it. Like
That was a blast.
I think the staging area turned out great when everybody came in
That first video was dope.
it made it way more fun.
Yeah. Everybody
Yeah.
walking in, seeing it for the first time. All
Yeah.
the people that were donating stuff, like it was all set up nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was-
Everyone's reactions were awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Everyone was just genuinely shocked, I think. Like they didn't expect that setup and that, that many brands there and whatnot.
Yeah. And then we smashed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I still tell people the footage and the amount of time that we took, and they're like, no, you didn't. It's like,
How many hours of footage do you have from that?
Oh, I don't know. I probably filled up like, let me think. Probably just under a terabyte of gigabyte, or sorry, just under 1,000 gigabytes. Like probably 700 gigabytes of footage,
that's nuts.
which is like, I don't know how many hours and hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must
was
be
good.
insane actually making those YouTube videos.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
There was a lot of editing.
Kaden, get it done now.
Yeah, Aaron's like rushing me. And I'm like,
It's a 15-minute episode, Kaden. Why isn't it done? And it's like there's
It's like
fucking
15
40
minutes.
hours of video. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing two is like one day for marketing and then the other day is sales.
Yeah.
And then maybe doing like an hour of marketing those days. And then just with everything else going on, it's so hard to like get it all done.
Yeah.
And we end up getting it done. So it's good. But it's a lot
I
of
think next time, I think we'd make the videos longer next time.
Yeah.
Like thinking back, I like the longer ones better when I watched them. I didn't think people would watch long enough ones, but that's more so the feedback I got was they could have been longer.
I got that too. Like the first one was really good, right? It was like maybe 17 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The last one where we like dedicated to Cam was like 20 minutes long.
Yep.
Those did the best for being the longest too. So the other ones, I think there was one that maybe was really short, like it was like 5 to 7 minutes, and then the rest were like 10, but or maybe a bit less. Definitely could have been 15 minutes each.
That was all the feedback that I got. Almost 100% of the feedback that I got was that the videos were dope and they would have watched like 5 times the length. Like just because that was such an epic event, having everybody there. But you're also like, this was the first one where it was like, we just got to figure out what works, man. Like
Totally.
just pull the trigger. If it blows up, at least we know that it blows up.
Yeah.
Like
I had some goals in mind and we got all those knocked out. But yeah, for sure next time I would do it a little bit differently. Obviously smaller house.
Do it more like an actual like Netflix series style next time, like having those longer episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe have more episodes. I mean, you could do one for each day like we did, but definitely if we structure it like that next time would be good. Maybe you have another cameraman there, so I don't have to run around to every single room.
No, I think one's enough.
One's enough. Only you, Kaden. Only you.
I'd be like filming. I'd film Sean, and then run and go film Gilbert's.
Yeah.
Then run and go film.
Perfect.
Make sure everyone using every tool. And
Yeah.
No, man, chirping me for not doing anything. They're like, you're just standing around all day with the camera, and I'm like, oh, come on.
For as much stress as we had in the first couple days,
yeah,
the amount of fun we had was, I don't know about everybody else, but I had a blast. Like it was so much fun. I mean, the first 2 days, yes, were stressful, but I think once we sat down and I pulled everybody together and we had that powwow and we kind of split it all up and we kind of figured out. I didn't know everybody's strengths and weaknesses at the time either, right?
No.
So I gotta kind of watch that and learn about it and get everybody's feedback. And then once we kind of figured that out and met every couple hours or whatever, it was
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the mood just went right back to boom. Not that we weren't having fun in the first 2 days, but it was
It
more
was
like how are we
it,
gonna get this done, right?
it was overwhelming. I'm really happy I got out there early because like
Yeah.
my tone when I walked in there was not the tone I wanted to bring to this thing. Like,
No, no, no.
you know what I mean? And then like do a little bit of damage control and like come to terms with the fact that it is what it is. And like we're all professionals and we'll get it done. And then it was just like volume of work. Like that was a lot to do in a week.
Well, the thing that was fucked was, yeah, I just been to Orlando, then I was in Brazil, and then I was back in Surrey. So all this shit's happening, the boarding,
Yeah.
all that stuff's happening.
None of us could be there.
None of us are there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's nobody really managing it, and that was one of the kind of the. If I were to do it differently, I'd like to be more present for it. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it just because of the delays and everything, it just landed on that date, right? And it was like we had to do it that way. But like I said, it was a good learning process. I'd do it again 1,000 times, but it was fun. We had it was a lot of fun.
Totally, man. By day 3, we were all like singing the songs that were on the radio, bouncing around. Like we had found our groove. And to say that you took like a 7-person team from all over North America, and then by day 3, everyone's a solid team. That's an accomplishment, man.
Yeah, getting to know Wes is cool. I like
man.
Me and him put that beat up in the kitchen or whatever, and he's the cool guy. Yeah, I liked getting to know him. I that was the only person. Oh no, I hadn't met Steph. I talked to her a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Steph was awesome to get to know. And then once I understood she was kind of shy or whatever, right?
Yeah, dude, that was my biggest thing with Steph.
I thought she was like pissed off at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the tone I kind of got from Steph prior to meeting her in person was like she was the type of chick that was gonna like throat punch you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the person I'm
most
intimidated by on this job site is definitely Steph.
Yeah, dude. And then you meet her and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was but like meeting everybody in all the different walks of life. Like it was everybody comes from something different, right? But it was definitely a family atmosphere. Definitely a family atmosphere.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the coolest thing about all of it. Like doing all these crazy things is everyone coming together and just having fun, getting along well. And
yeah, man. And like even like I'm jumping ahead, but CSR, like every time I see any of you, it's just like this, like just a bunch of big hugs. And it's like the time has not passed in between. It's like everybody's tight. It's I've never had that in a community before where it's real like that, and there's like 20 of us now. And it's the same thing. Like whenever you see everybody, we're
it's
tight.
Like a sports
it's a
team
family.
Like any sports team I've played on, it's kind of like that, right? Like when if the leaders of the team let it be like that, right? Like not let it be, but drive it towards that, or I mean, there's obviously work to be done, and there's not every time, but but as long as everybody's pulling their own weight and everybody, there's no reason everybody can't have a good time. And
yeah, and they'll like, like you were saying before, strengths and weaknesses, like shouldering a bunch of the headache and then having people just show up to a site and have fun is dope. Yeah. And it's worth all of that headache every time, because then you get to like, you've done your part, and then you get to sit back and like bask in this amazing thing that's happening. And then, and like you said, everybody does pull their weight, because it's like, these aren't random names out of a hat. These are like the best people around, and then you're just getting them together.
Like Kaden did that one video where he just walked around and like it was like the intro video or whatever, and he's going from room to room, and it was just crazy to think that all those people were in one house or whatever working together. Like if you think back to it, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, it was unheard of really, like in this industry, right? Before that.
Yeah, I mean, like we've gotten together with a couple of few people or whatever, but that was like the pinnacle of what I would expect a site like that to be. Like there was like all kinds of support from all the different brands, and like you guys were huge on it, and then big names, everybody got along. Like it was perfect. Yeah. And then you can only make it better than that. So I mean, it'll be hard to do, but there's a
Yeah,
plan.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, I hadn't met Kayla either. I'd met Allison, but Kayla, I hadn't met Kayla yet either. So
Yeah,
that was nice to meet her too, get to know her better. Yeah. So no, that was fun, man. And then that was
like April
yeah,
or May.
what's that? That was in May.
Yeah,
The Canucks were in the playoffs. That's right, because we went to the Canucks game.
yeah.
Yeah, with the hockey fans, the hockey fans.
I know. I'm like, nope.
Oh yeah.
You
And
give
then
that ticket to someone that cares.
yeah, and then summertime we came out with the Predator line. That was a
Hmm.
lot of fun. Like we already talked about it a lot, but I mean that was a long time coming. That's something we should have done a long time ago. We just hadn't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, that was cool. It was a big learning part too, because it was like the first big launch I was a part of. So it was
Hmm.
cool to be a part of that, and Aaron helped me out, and we did lots of stuff, rolling them out, and lots of content too. So it was
Dude, the
a good.
launch of those handles was flawless, man. Like you had everybody already using them, everybody already comfortable with them. They're super dope by themselves, and then you had all that content. Like it was perfect.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
the Surrey project just set that up, like getting all that content, because everyone was only using Predator stuff the entire time, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, just an abundance of content to go with.
yeah. I love that little sawed off matrix handle.
It's the best.
It's so cool. I hadn't really used it until there, and I can understand. Well, especially being 6'3" or whatever, right? Like
Totally.
it's a beautiful little unit. Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm never leaning into a handle like most people. Well, a smaller person generates force differently than a big person. So having that box handle right here, and then it keeps everything nice and straight because I'm not all over the place with a long handle. I can reach ceilings with it. It's that to me is the best handle you have.
yeah. Which is it was just kind of an afterthought. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we should short one too, right? And
Mm.
yeah, no, it was good. And then yeah, summertime there wasn't a lot going on. We kind of slowed her down. I was like, Hayden, we got to slow down here because
No kidding.
I kept promising him we'd slow down. And he's like,
Oh,
he's like, when's that happening?
yeah.
I'm like, we'll get there.
From right when I started, he's like, yeah, this is like a really busy time. You're
It's just
starting
full
out.
blast.
I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then it just was like boom, boom, boom. Every month there's something new. And I loved it. It's like it's awesome when it's busy, right? It's so much fun. But Aaron just every time he'd be like, every month, like, yeah, it's gonna slow down soon here. It's gonna slow down soon. And it really didn't. It still has.
No, summertime.
No
A
one
little
has.
bit.
Summertime did slow down a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
We had a couple small trips in the summer, nothing too crazy.
I was laughing because my wife asked me the other day, like, what did we go on any vacations this year? Because she was not like, did I take any time off? Because she was just looking at vacation days and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, I did, right? She goes, no, you didn't. And I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm like, I was, yeah. She goes, no, not with us. You didn't, or whatever. I'm like, oh, I guess I never did. It doesn't feel like that, but well, I guess it does to them. But yeah, it's been a crazy year.
Yeah, you're like,
So,
no, man, I've been to Brazil. I went to Florida. I've been out to
yeah,
Toronto. Yeah.
yeah. What are you talking about? It's been great.
I've had a great time.
Yeah.
So that kind of lull, in the summertime, you tightened up the sales team.
Yeah, yeah. We sat
Yeah.
down, we did some trips. Like I did some trips with them.
Mhm.
Individually taught each one of them, and then
Yeah.
we had to slow down for a bit and just rein it in and get that all under control.
That was a good time because when I started, it was like a lot of marketing stuff because we had the Surrey project and all that,
Mhm.
and Orlando and Brazil. A lot of it was like marketing, and then so it was a good time for me too to just finally slow down with some of the marketing stuff and kind of lock in onto the sales a bit.
Yeah.
And find that balance too, which we did pretty quick. We got a pretty good system going now. So
Well, and Columbia isn't one of those like massive corporate companies. Like there is like a certain way you guys do things. So it's like to train your sales team correctly and have everybody doing things correctly takes time, and you did, and that's brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. And then in the fall, Kaden went out to Atlanta with Ernesto, and they did the Spanish trade show there. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Ernesto was an all-star there, man.
yeah,
He
it was a
helped us out
great
big
time. It because we were told it's a Hispanic trade show and there'd be lots of people speaking Spanish there. And before Ernesto came, I was like kind of questioning. I was like, oh, is there going to be a lot of people speaking Spanish? And then he honestly did a lot of the talking, probably most of the talking. It was mostly Spanish speakers. So he really helped out. We would have been screwed if he wasn't there. Kind of like how we brought Tane into Brazil with us.
Yep.
Yeah, it's awesome to have that help,
yeah,
man. Like, and to have those people that want to, go to bat for you, and it's amazing, right? Like we couldn't do it without that help.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice. I mean, it wouldn't be the same.
No,
having someone there with true experience and
it's one of us.
Yeah.
It was cool to get to know Ernesto more too, because I met him briefly in Florida that time.
Dude.
So it was actually nice to be able to hang out with him, and his wife was there too, and we had a great time. We had a nice couple of dinners and stuff, and it was a fun time.
I talked to Ernesto a lot in the beginning, and like talking about like he probably needs a project manager and like that, because he kind of went from like finishing to like when he got that shop, and we talked all the time, man. And he's a great guy. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ernesto. He's a hell of a finisher. Like that's probably the
cool guy,
best person for that.
Like, great, beautiful human being.
Yeah.
Just like all the other people we've been talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny how many of them become drywallers. I mean, there's other ones that are not so great, but in general, there seem to be quite a few.
Yeah. I think the people that are passionate about it and like are still in love with it and want to do the best that they can, like I think when you got that kind of mindset, it takes a certain type of person to be like that, and then
it's hardworking people, right?
Exactly.
It's kind of like I was listening to a podcast today, and they were saying, we're farmers or whatever, right? And farmers, say what they mean, and they do what they say or whatever, right?
Yep.
And that's how I grew up, and that's kind of like drywallers are a little bit like that, right? Like they're just hardworking. You take pride in your work. You're a hardworking person, right? And
really genuine people too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the integrity of a handshake and like things like that. That's yeah, for sure, man.
And then so that was awesome. And then I went over to Europe and went and did some training over there, and went and visited some of our manufacturers for the knives.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our knives are getting made over there. The sabers are made in France.
Okay.
So I visited them, and the knives are being made in Poland. So I went and saw the manufacturing there. That was really cool. That was where I got the news from you about Cam, obviously.
Yeah. We took a big hit this year.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. In the new year, we're going to have Cam's brother and Aaron on, and we're just going to shoot the shit. That'll be cool. Jamie. Yeah. Tell good stories and just like reminisce. It'll be good, man.
Telling Aaron it'd be cool to, kind of hear another side of Cam too, right? Because he grew up with him, and to hear a bunch of cool stories.
Dude, I've been super fortunate that I went down there and I met them, and I like spent a bunch of time with him, because we've been doing these calls like Cam and I used to do, and it's you see a lot of it in him, but then you get all those other little stories like what you're saying, right? And he's only gotten them from me, so like when Aaron's on, it'll be another cool thing, and then I would assume next summer we'll all get together again and do some sort of celebration of life or something.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, man. And
I still got to make it out to Sardis there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It'll be dope.
Yeah. That definitely put a damper on a lot of stuff what we were working on. I don't want to get too glum on it, but it needs to be reflected on, obviously.
100%.
Yeah, but I had all these ideas on things, and it just definitely slowed things down for a while there. Obviously, wanted to work on another, house project, and I just kind of put the brakes on all that. And I mean, you have to keep working, and you have to keep. There's a company, there's employees here that have to keep running, and there's like family at home but it's hard, man. It's hard and I'm the same for you, obviously, right?
Well, like life came to a screeching halt, and like that, I think for a lot of us that doesn't happen very often. And like I remember talking to you about the Sabres, and you were like, "Do we just delay this launch?" Like, and then at the end of the day, you got to keep going, man. Like I get it, and that was everybody's opinion. But on the same hand, as life like slowed down to that screeching halt, this community came together. I talk to like a number of you guys every day,
Yeah.
for like almost a month.
Yeah, that was crazy. The rise up in support from everybody was really cool.
Yeah.
The whole drywall community, like everybody, you
Hmm.
saw on Instagram there, everybody came together and there was so much support from like thousands of people. It seemed like hundreds, thousands, or whatever. Lots of
Literally.
people. Yeah.
Those shirts did really good.
Yeah.
It sounds like there was like 60 or something sold of the bigger package of them, and then we don't have the final numbers for the smaller ones, but like
Yeah.
that, yeah, that's a
I
good,
know it's over 100.
is it? Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good deal, man.
Because I know our customer in Japan ordered 20 direct from us, and Danny sent them to me.
Nice.
And last time I talked to Brad, it was 67.
Hmm.
That's 80. And then there's more, the individual ones as well. So yeah, we'll be definitely over 100.
I think they still up. They're keeping them up.
Yeah, oh
They're
yeah,
going
they'll be up forever, I think.
up
I hope.
forever, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the
Awesome.
intention.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it's nice to have a piece of them to remember them by, right? And I mean, we always have our memories and stuff like that, but everybody can have a little, piece of them or whatever, right?
Hmm.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be nice. Anybody listening that got one of the shirts, just make sure to like send a video or a picture or whatever, and I'm gonna make a cool reel once everybody kind of gets them, and it'll be nice. It'll be fun.
That's
And
cool.
th
yeah,
and then
this was the podcast that you and Cam would have been doing.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one we did last year.
yeah,
I'm happy that we still did it though. Keep
yeah,
her keep her going.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So, anyways, good to recap that. Rest in peace, brother.
yeah, love you, buddy.
And yeah, and then what were you gonna say, Sean?
Black Friday. Like, I
Yeah, and
mean,
then there was kind of like a massive kind of hiatus until then. I just didn't really feel like doing much. I've gone through it before. I mean, it's not the first time something like that's happened in my life, but you learn from it and you move on. He'll never be forgotten, obviously, and you do things in honor of him. And then so yeah, getting together for Black Friday was huge for kind of winding me back up again. And I
yeah,
think it was the same for most people. I don't want to speak for other people, but I think just getting everybody back together again and hugging people and saying hi to people and
yeah,
blasting each other and
yeah.
and was a nice little kind of kickoff or whatever back into life again.
I mean, for the community at large, Black Friday was huge, but for like the team, I think it was really big too, man. Just getting back together and like everybody seeing each other like face to face, and yeah, we had a blast, man. We had a lot of fun. Um, yeah, it's I
Got like 3 hours sleep over the whole.
yeah,
That was that first night we went to whatever, we went to bed at like 1 or 2 and we woke up
yeah,
at 5.
dude.
Next night we went to bed at like what 4:30 or something.
Mhm.
And me and Aaron woke up at 7. So I
I
was on the
know.
plane, like Aaron
Kaden
doesn't
gets in the cab from me. I wake him up out of bed. He gets in the cab with me. He sleeps the whole ride home from the cab to the plane to the cab. Then we get on the plane and he sleeps basically the whole plane
Yeah.
ride. He's like, "Oh, we're here already."
Just
Oh, okay.
I'm just getting pictures of Caden
I know,
KO'd like
Aaron
in a
was having
car, in
both
a
of these
seat, in a
households.
fucking
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he was a trooper.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a fun time. It was great hanging out with you guys, and it was really good to get everyone together, like you guys just said, and also to meet other people too, which I've seen
Yeah.
online, I've seen their faces, but never got to meet them. Like that was cool as well.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of people I met that I hadn't
I
met
would
yet,
say
so.
I got to meet a lot of people there. It was great
Yeah.
to meet
Faith and Tyler was cool to meet. You met Jamie for the first time.
T
Yeah.
Mac, Jamie. Jamie was definitely underwhelming to me. No, I'm just kidding. Way better in person. No, I'm just kidding. I love Jamie. I love meeting that guy, big fella. And T Mac, Faith and Tyler, everybody, Mother's Touch.
Yeah.
Sean, his name's Sean as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve from Whippy Drywall, Nathan.
Steve, I met Steve a bunch of times before.
That was my
Oh, had
first
you?
time.
Yeah.
I met him before, yeah. I don't know about a bunch of times, but I met him. Nice to see Nate Dogg again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Barry grand opening. You met a bunch of those guys.
Yeah, I've met a bunch of them before.
Yeah.
I hadn't met a bunch. That was my first time meeting pretty much everybody besides like the Surrey project and Orlando. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Demos. Caden learned how to run the tools there.
Yeah,
I ran the show.
He's teaching Slick Taping how to do
teaching Slick, and then Slick just one ups me and just goes right away.
Yeah,
and I had to come back, and I'm like, okay, give me this back, and then I went and did it as well really fast. Like,
oh,
that was fun though. It was cool to get to know how to use the tools properly, and I learned a little bit. Like actually, Cam showed me how to use a taper at the Surrey project. And then a couple of you guys showed me how to use other tools, but it was nice to actually have a whole day to work on it. And
totally
use the box a bit more too. And then actually try and teach people too. You learn kind of just by doing that. So that was good for sure.
Yeah.
Teaching people.
Yeah.
Good job, man. You killed it.
Gilbert's almost hired me as their third employee.
There you go.
But I think Slick maybe took my job is what they're saying. So
well, Lydia gave you the star of approval. She said you did a great job. Yeah, so take that for what it's worth.
Yep, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I think it's good though. Moving forward, like I'll be able to do a bit more of that myself.
Think about Kaden. He's a fast learner.
Yeah. Well, no shit. Yeah.
He cares.
I won't need to bring you out anymore, Sean. Sorry.
Bummer. Till you turn 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I did not feel like work though. That was just like a hangout sesh. Nice to meet people, talk, chat shop, obviously meet a ton of people. Maddie's drywall.
Yeah.
DJ drywall. No, it was a good get together. Like I said, it was a relief from all the shit we've been going through.
Yeah.
Going out afterwards, doing the bowling was fun. I beat Nick.
Nice.
He's gonna crush me. I beat him.
You beat Nick.
What else? Brad Hanna was there bowling. Could never remember when it was his turn.
Yeah, that was cool to meet Brad. I like Brad.
Yeah. Brad's a solid dude, man. He's got a full understanding. That's for sure.
I never realized Danny was such a good bowler either. Guys like cranking 300s or whatever, right?
Danny told me that he was on the bowling team or whatever when he was in high school or something like that. I didn't really believe him, and then like when I saw him with those those spin moves,
honestly,
his hand pretty much is already on the ground, right? So he just has to get all the way down there, but fucking.
I was
that was funny.
I was like, great. We're going to go bowling. This is probably something Danny's not going to be good at. And I'm going to have a lot of fucking fun with that. And then the first time I look over, he is like pitching them sidearm.
Crashing strikes.
Doesn't put the fingers in the hole.
Got the big spin on it.
Fucking, can you find something you're not good at? It'd be dope.
That was fun. And then the game afterwards.
Yeah.
I come in and see you and Teak playing that game. Oh man, I definitely got addicted to that game.
It was a real problem, man. That was the only like gambling that was in there, and it's like right away, like moss to a flame, dude. And then it's like I know how to fix this game.
I ran out of money on the cards, so I just start picking it up and dropping it. We won, but we got it. What we ended up with 4,000 points or something like that.
Yeah. Teak got something for all three kids, and then I got Scarlett that little squishy thing, man. She was happier than shit about it.
It only cost us $160.
Yeah.
I got my ball that Hayden stole, actually. I left it in the house and he took that home.
Fucking Hayden.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, it's always
me, Hayden, and the Gilberts pretty much spent all of our card on that ball machine.
Really?
Yeah, that was the what do you call that? The super claw or whatever, and it goes down and grabs. But these were huge, big like beach balls or whatever.
I think I
was trying to kick it onto the roof after.
Yeah.
Was yours the smiley face one?
Mine was a smiley face.
Okay, so when we were bowling, Hayden, I didn't realize Hayden had won that from the super thing, right? So he's got this ball and he's like, and I thought it was supposed to be like something that I thought it was part of the bowling alley.
Yeah, like a concert or something. That's what I thought it was.
Kicking it, like literally kicking it, like. And it's going all over the lanes or whatever, right? And I'm like,
he's like trying to aim for the pins, and I'm like, Aaron, holy shit! All right, yeah.
I didn't realize that wasn't part of the whole shenanigans or
But
whatever.
he didn't
right?
realize till after we were like leaving too. Like once I
Because I'm
won
like,
my
why do we
ball.
still have these balls?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't believe you guys are
Right,
stealing these.
right, that lady beside us to the
Yes.
right of us. It, like,
Yeah.
oh man. I was like, what? It's part of the thing, isn't it?
Oh, man.
They didn't even come talk to us about it.
Dude, I was shocked. Like we're in there dicking around, and then now we're like full tilt soccer hooligan, and then we knock that like shadow thing down. It's like a 10 billion token thing on top of the machine, and he knocks it down, and Brad's like, I think I'm gonna keep
Sonic
this. And they
Oh,
didn't
the
say
Sonic the
nothing.
Hedgehog?
Yeah,
No, I
they didn't.
pulled them down because I'm like, oh man, the prices, you can just reach them or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, that was great, man.
the lady,
The lady's like, please give them back
Yeah.
if you could.
Yeah.
and then like you guys are trying to throw it up top too for like 5 minutes straight, just not getting it up.
She's like, you guys are the most polite hooligans I've ever met in my entire
That's
life.
right.
Yeah,
It's because we're Canadian.
that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. And yeah, we launched the Sabres in November.
hmm
That was a nice addition to the lineup just for those. You've used them.
Oh, they're dope.
But
They're dope.
they're not a tomahawk, obviously.
That's my thing. Like when I'm using it for what a tomahawk was made for, I use my tomahawks. But if I'm like using it by hand, not on the pole, like I'm doing bulkheads, I'm doing around windows, I'm doing stuff like that, these things are super light. And it's the same flexibility, same like form, like it does the same job.
Yeah, I think
and
it was
I'm like,
that was saying when he's doing ceilings, he likes the tomahawk for that big smooth coat because it gets that, you can get that pressure behind it, right? With the handle, right?
Well, and with the tomahawk, like you're not breaking that. Like you're not going to put too much effort into that. It's going to do exactly what you tell it to, and that's what it was built for. Like I'm 300 pounds putting my weight into a 48-inch tomahawk, and it's doing exactly what I want it to. That's what it was made for. Like
I still want to look into, when I get a little time here, look into putting that the tomahawk adapter on the Sabre.
Yeah. I was saying that
aftermarket part for it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I said that to Ryan. We went through my angle head and redid all the blades the other day. That's something I want to focus more on with people too, is that CSR fixes the tools, and like Ryan knows how to do it. When you go in there, dude, there's a whole wall of your replacement stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's every piece that you have, everything is there. And it's just brilliant.
Ryan's awesome. I talk to him like once a month. He'll come to me with some crazy thing or whatever, but most of the time he's got it on. He's got it in the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, I told him to reach out and talk to you about those the sleeve that the tomahawk is on, so you could use the tomahawk, like buying those separately.
It'll fit on there. The only thing, so you can put it on there. So you could take one off of your tomahawk and put it on there.
Yeah.
Maybe do that. That'd be great. And then you can tell me how it goes. The problem is the screws. On the tomahawk, you're going against aluminum. I just don't know what it'll be like going against plastic.
Okay.
But maybe I'll get you to try it, because if I do it, I'd like to have somebody try it that doesn't have an understanding of it, if that makes sense. So you can see if we break it or whatever, and then just to do a little research. But I don't see why it shouldn't work, because they're the same. They're the same. I have slid one on there and messed around with it. But I just want to see what I want you to actually try it on the wall or the ceiling and just see how it works, and then take it off and see what the condition of it is. Because I think that would be a game changer too. I mean, you'd still you could have a choice to buy it with that or the claw, but then you could buy that adapter. We could sell it as a tomahawk adapter or whatever, right?
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, because that tomahawk is clutch. It's
it's a nice handle.
Exactly where you want it. Tighten it down. You're golden, right? Like
if you're able to use that with this and just have one, that would be so much easier for everybody.
Totally. I like that new handle though. That almost bicycle grip at the bottom of that handle is
dope. the Sabre handle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a nice handle, yeah. Sure.
And the way it extends is nice. Like I was really very happy with that. And then we just do it with a tomahawk, and that'd be better.
Totally.
Yeah, dude. And then it's Christmas.
And we're in here. It's December. We're getting ready for Christmas. We're doing our 12 days of giveaways.
Yep.
Yeah. It's always fun. I told Kaden he's got to make the music a little more fun though on the giveaways. I said it's a little depressing.
A little
Yeah,
depressing.
I realized I was using the same similar song, like the 12 Days of Christmas song. I was
Yeah.
using variations of it, and then I ran out of variations. So today I did a different song for the Corner Cobra giveaway. And then
There you
Aaron's like,
go.
yeah, that's what we normally do. We just do a bunch of different songs. I'm like, oh, okay.
And he's making people put it in their stories.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's hurting anything or not or whatever.
I
But
love that.
Think about that because like we started doing that for the other giveaways because I mean that's how it reaches other people, right? Like otherwise it's just gonna be like Columbia followers that see it.
Well, we just want to. That's all we're doing is giving away tools, kid.
Yeah, for sure.
Opposite.
But we want everyone to have a chance.
It's
But this is different because
Aaron.
it's like 12 days in a row. So someone's posting this every single day for 12 days on their story. It's like might be a bit much, but
no way. No, when I see it, I like it every
That's the
time.
wrong guy.
yeah.
Yeah. Only once. Yeah.
You posted today's like 5 times on your story, hey?
That's right.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, so when you're tagging the one person on there, are you tagging that person like to win, or is that your entry to win?
That's your entry to win.
Okay. I was wondering. I love it when I get this like tidal wave of
Oh,
people
you're thinking
tagging
like
me.
tag somebody and then that person has a chance at winning instead
That's
of you.
what I was wondering.
No,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, it's your as many tags as you do is like one entry or whatever, and then
I
can enter if they want to because they got tagged on it.
I like and I share them, and I try not to enter the fucking contest. You know what I mean?
If you got picked, we'd never pick you.
Yeah, well, good. And that's the thing. Yeah. Like this guy? Fuck this guy.
Yeah. Hey, this is the winner. It's Brawley's Dad Construction. Yeah.
No.
It's random draw. It's random draw, but if we've been burned before, so Kaden always shows it to me and says, what about this person? Because I don't want some painter and that doesn't even use the tools or whatever, right? Like or some electrician winning or whatever, right? Because there's lots of people that unless I see it, they're winning it for someone else or something like that, then I don't mind. But I want someone that actually uses the tools to like a drywall finisher to win. That's all. That's our only requirement.
Yeah, or somebody that's going to use it. Like they could be a do it all guy.
It up
like
on Craigslist or something like that. Or
that's
whatever,
the thing.
That's not what we're into.
Yeah.
No.
There's pretty much everybody who enters is a drywall finisher, does drywall or something.
Yeah.
This the first one every time is one. The first pick every time,
yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's good. Like in years past, we've had some shitty winners before. It's like I said, like just that are just have nothing to do with drywall. So we're just
Trying to remember who I was. Sorry, go ahead.
Also, the guy today who won, he was really happy. He's Stellar Drywall, Arizona, AZ.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen him before. He doesn't have that many followers, but he has a couple drywall posts. But he like when I told him he won, he's like, oh, I'm gonna start posting videos once I get this.
Nice.
Tool. He's super stoked. So
who was the guy that won the other day? We'd never seen him. It's cool because we get to learn about some of these people too. Because he
had a great account. Yeah,
he had this account where he's like he posts all these funny memes and stuff like drywall memes.
And I've never seen
it before, but they're actually really good. So it's kind of cool that way too.
He's got like Columbia memes too, like about the Predator and all that.
Friesen?
I think it's Mike Friesen. Let me see.
He won the
Mike Friesen. He won what did he win? The pump, the mud pump.
Nice.
But his account, like when I saw his account, he's just got like all these memes and stuff that he makes, and they're pretty funny. Like he has some
nice
Columbia.
Oh my god, yeah.
So it was cool. Yeah, we started.
Well, it's actually kind of cool that way. Like if you think about it, that's how we met Cam.
Yeah,
he won the Predator on Christmas, right?
Yeah,
and I didn't know that until Vegas. Actually, that was when I learned about it, I think.
That's crazy.
Or maybe he told me before that actually, but I don't know. But like it's always like I said, even with Matt with Airy drywall, like it's always interesting to see how someone learned about you that you didn't even know, and then you get to know them or whatever, right? And yeah, it's kind of cool, right? It's another way to just get to meet people and learn about them.
It's one of my favorite things about CSR is like the stuff that we're doing with them. It's like I've met so many cool people there. Nate, Steve, Hayden, all those people that are like homies now. It was all through CSR get-togethers.
Totally.
Yeah.
We were talking about doing like a site crash.
That'd be dope.
Gotta find like a site around here.
A local
Mhm.
Just
drywall
walk onto it or whatever, right?
and just like crash the site. Like probably we'll reach out to them beforehand,
Uh,
or we might just show up randomly.
Reach out to the owners.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
tell the people on site though.
No, don't tell people on site. Yeah, we'll
No.
bring new mud pans. We'll bring all the hand tools, the knives, the trowels and stuff we're coming out with, and then we'll get a camera going and everything, filming the whole thing, and be like, "What's up, guys? Here's some swag. Here's mud pans, whatever. Try them out. Let us know how you like them, and then get their like reactions, their raw reactions, and then get some content as well of the tools.
Might be kind of fun.
Oh, it'd be super dope, man. Somebody
Different
walked
style
in.
video that might be a cool video to watch. So
You're using some shitty mud pan that you've been mixing 90 in for 6 months or 5 years in your old beat up knives, and like some guys show up with this dope swag and like new man.
Oh,
that would be cool. Like
that'd be a
imagine,
dope
yeah,
day.
you're working on a car or something like that, and somebody shows up with all new like snap-on tools
Yeah.
or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
here you go.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
We
I
choose
don't know how we're
you.
gonna do that yet because
We gotta find a guy.
It's gonna be hard, but we'll figure it out.
we also gotta find a guy too that's like, if we show up, we're not just gonna be like, "Who the hell are you guys? Like, get out of here," or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody who knows Columbia might be nice. But they've never used these hand tools before, so
Yeah. What's going on with the trowels?
So they are just released from Montreal.
Nice.
They've been stuck in customs.
Of course.
They might be here Thursday.
Dope.
So we got that. Hawks and trowels. We'll have the magnesium hawk, the black hawk, the black anodized hawk, the premium trowels, the regular stainless trowels, and the premium ones, like the cold rolled ones. We got the mud rollers coming. Those are in shipment right now. So we're gonna have a fine mud roller and a heavy duty mud roller. So the heavy duty is like the industry standard right now.
Mhm.
We're also gonna have a fine one, which nobody else has, which is better for like butt joints, or if you just want to do a skim coat and you don't want to put that much mud on. Hammerhead knives are here. These guys. We got Fat Boy smoothing blades coming.
Nice.
They're so we're gonna have 3 types of smoothing blades, but these are kind of similar to. They're another type of plastic, but they got a rubberized membrane on them, so they're like super grippy. Like it's kind of cool. It feels kind of like I don't know. I can't even what the rubber feels like on a knife. So that rubber grip, kind of like that.
it's a thicker grip, right? Like
Yeah,
wider.
kind of similar to like what the level 5 smoothing blades.
Like a softball grip. Like it's that size across the back of it. That's dope.
Yeah. So I want to be able to give them to. There's so many people that tell me you got to have this style, you got that style.
Mhm.
We're gonna make it so that everybody can have every style of one. We got the full stainless ones coming. We got the Ergo grip ones. We got the Graco pump. We did that collaboration with Graco. That's what we got going on right now. For now.
And no, we do one more.
What else?
And
they got the 6-foot taper.
6-foot
Yeah,
taper.
drum roll.
Taper.
We're just gonna change the industry. Just gonna change.
It's gonna change your life.
They never came out with. So.
Yeah.
we just finished filming for that.
Yeah, we're doing a little funny video for that, a little skit. I won't say too much, keep it a surprise, but we did filming yesterday for that.
I'm so excited.
One of those skits that we always do. So
everybody in the factory is like, what the fuck are these?
Yeah,
guys
we're
doing?
wearing lab coats. We're wearing those lab coats. Remember what Nick was wearing?
Yeah.
We're both wearing lab coats. Like I got a clipboard. We're doing all these different measurements. Aaron is like welding and all this stuff. So
yeah. We got that video that we did from the Sturry project too with you and Danny in it. Yeah. So no, it's good, man. So we got that coming. Yeah. I heard Matt talking on your podcast about he's worried about buying a taper because he's waiting for the removal head. So that's a complicated thing we're working on.
Yeah.
But for sure, when we do it, you'll be able to add it to your existing taper.
Nice.
So I'm not going to do it unless you can add it to your existing taper, because I do want to do that where you can just buy the bodies and then you have the head that you switch back and forth from them. But so like if you have a taper right now, you'll be able to just buy a kit and you can put that removable head kit on your taper.
Well, and like Ryan from CSR. Yeah.
What's that?
I said Ryan from CSR. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, for sure, right?
You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
don't want
That's
to make it super expensive. We'll make it affordable, right? So that well, as affordable as it can be. But
yeah.
yeah. So we're working on that. Yeah, a bunch of different things. I got a lot of little ideas in the pipeline, but getting these product launch will be the main thing. And then next year there'll be a few more product launches coming out too. Yeah. So on top of this.
That's like 5 major product launches this year. That's a big one. Like that's a
Oh,
huge
very
year for a
close.
company. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fun.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet you're
Aaron,
loving it.
you do all no,
Yeah, right.
Aaron and Elliot spent so much time, like
Yeah.
Aaron said, researching and developing and all that. So everything that's coming out is the best it can get, really.
Well, and like every time that I heard Elliot was somewhere else, like when he went to Germany and like all those different things, and it was like, oh yeah, these are gonna be dope.
Yeah, yeah,
That a lot of time went into these.
A lot of the time.
yeah.
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 So no, but it'll be good. It'll be good, man, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm really excited to get into that side of things. Um, we've been making automatic taping tools forever, and then we got into the semi-automatic. We made semi-automatic years ago in the 70s,
Mhm.
and then my dad got away from it because we had to focus on the automatic, and then we
For
brought the
sure.
semi-automatic back, and then we got into now I want to get into the hand tools. I want to be a one-stop shop. We just have never had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
So not that we haven't had the opportunity. We just been focusing on so many other things, right? So it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun doing it. And it's just neat to see. It gives you that much more opportunity too, right? To go into new markets, to go into little hardware stores where they're not going to carry a flat box or
Yeah.
be a part of that. So that'll be fun.
Dope, guys. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, how about you? How are you doing? How's your year? We just talked
Oh,
about
dude, this year was rock and roll. It was like I feel like that first year I put out some like really big stupid dreams and then we started doing them, but this year was like it felt like everything I said I wanted to do, it just like happened.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we're in a good flow now of like, and then where do you take it next? Like, what's the next big thing? And
Yeah.
I'm noodling a bunch of stuff around with that too, and it just feels like that momentum that was built the first 2 years is just like a freight train now. So it's like anything
That's
that
how it
you're
goes.
like,
Yeah.
I think this is a good idea and it's going to help everybody and whatever, and it just everyone's like, absolutely. Why haven't we done this yet?
Yeah. I
So
think it's kind of like what I don't know if it was you or Nick was saying it on the podcast or whatever, where you just you achieve a goal. Yeah, it was Nick saying it, and I've said it too. Maybe you heard it from me. I'm just kidding.
yeah,
I'm
there you
just
go.
kidding. But no, where you achieve a goal, but you're already moving on to the next goal, so you're not even thinking about the celebrating that one or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
then you sit back and look. It is good to sit back and review and stuff too,
You're
right?
always working on getting better, and then you reflect at
Yeah.
I guess the end of the year.
Well, that's the point of having goals, right?
Yeah. Well, and the that going back to that, like loving the journey, right? Not the destination. It's like you're like smashing through goals and milestones all year and nobody batted an eye. It was just like, yeah, man, but the next thing's going to be dope. And like, you just keep going and keep going. So like, yeah, having to sit down at the end of the year to like talk about it, it's a pretty big year, man.
Totally.
Well,
For
even Aaron,
sure.
like, we were talking about it, trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. Aaron's like, "Wow, we did a lot this year." Like,
No shit.
'cause, yeah, you're right. You just keep doing the next thing, and you don't really realize how much you're doing.
Yeah, and bigger and better and grow and expand and it just keeps getting better and better. Like I did basically everything we've ever done like face to face where we're all together, you walk away from those things like, man, it's never going to get better than this. There's no way.
Yeah,
And then the next thing that you leave, you're like, man, it's never going to get better than this. And
Yeah.
it just continues, right? And but everybody's on the same page and everybody's winning and nobody's being taken advantage of. It's the fairest company I've ever worked with. Like it's just perfect. Yeah, that's a good closeout, man.
Yeah, man. What do we got? I think what are you doing over the holidays?
I'm going to Italy.
Oh,
Nice,
you did
man.
mention that.
Yeah. So Brawley's passport, because he's a student, but he's not he's not old enough really yet to be traveling for school, and he's not a child and he's not working. He kind of falls in this real funny, like, you're not coming and going every couple of months. Like, you're either here doing what you're doing or you can fucking go home and do what you're doing. So he was supposed to be here for 2 weeks over Christmas, and it was kind of devastating that he couldn't. And then we were like, well, why don't I come to you?
Nice.
So yeah, on the 29th, I fly out, and I think I'm back on the 4th, but like we'll get to spend New Year's together, and like he's
That's
gonna
really
like
cool. Nice.
be my little travel agent. He's gonna take me around to all the restaurants and stuff he
I'll be
likes.
showing you
And
places. Yeah,
Dude,
that's
you're
cool.
gonna love the food there.
oh dude, yeah, look at me. What do you mean? Yeah. It's yeah, it's gonna be great, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, it should be dope, man. Other than that, we get pissed up Christmas Eve at my uncle's place, and then Christmas Day is kids, and we have a nice dinner. But yeah, it's not anything crazy. Family gets together. What are you guys doing?
we got our staff party this Friday, so
Nice.
we go to the we're gonna go for lunch, and then the lunch kind of rolls into the casino usually. That's the one time of year I go to the casino, unless I go with you guys. And then some people, not everybody, some people goes home and some people go there, and then couple of Christmas parties this weekend, and then Christmas with the family, and that'll be a lot of fun. And how about you, Kaden?
I mean, same thing with the Christmas party, going to the casino. I'll be there for sure. And then just for the family, I got like 4 sets of grandparents, so
Oh yeah.
it's pretty busy. It's like Christmas Eve, I got something. Christmas Day, I go to like 2 different places. Boxing Day, I go to 2 different places. So it'll be busy for sure. But
Nice to have a little break, though.
yeah,
Nice to have a little
Totally.
chill out
Totally.
for get ready for next year, because next year's busy season's coming,
oh
Kaden.
yeah, it's back on.
That's
Oh, yeah,
right.
I'm going to Kelowna too, actually, for New Year's, which would be fun. Doing some
Yeah.
snowboarding, right, with some
What do
friends.
what do
We
you do
gotta,
in New Year's, Aaron?
I think we're gonna go to Salt Spring for New
Yeah,
Year's.
nice. That's
And
beautiful.
I haven't made it over there. Like
I
since actually we went with the guys from France there just for a day.
yeah, we went last week or the week before for one day.
But I've been working on the farm and working on all this stuff, so I just haven't had time. So I think we're gonna spend a couple days over there with some friends and
nice, man.
Chris and the cabin renovations we did there, and yeah.
I was gonna say you did spend some time down there, but you were renovating and working and
Yeah,
shit. It's
yeah,
not the
exactly.
same.
That's what my wife said. We did go to Salt Spring, but you were working the whole time there or whatever too, right? So yeah. But no, that's yeah, no, just relax. It'll be nice to just take my mind off things for a while and get ready to go back. And yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and then get like having to piss up over New Year's with your buddies, man. That's the right way to do it when you go to, go hit up some snowboarding after like 3 days of being stuck with family. Go, go, go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. So should be a good time. We got a big Airbnb. There's like I think maybe 12 of us going. So
Nice.
somehow we managed to make that work.
It's the way to do it, man. And it's cheaper than a hotel, and it's cheaper than the food that you're gonna order even. Like
Yeah,
taking
exactly.
10 people
Big
out to
dinners and
dinner.
stuff. And it's fun being together too. You can hang out at the place instead of having to go out for dinner every time. We're all cramming into one hotel room. It's
Yeah.
nice to have a place like we've done on these trips and stuff, right? And the Airbnbs has been a blast.
I mean, I think it's always the norm that everybody gets together and goes for dinner and everybody has hotel rooms, and that's just what everybody's always done. But it's like in Florida, man, we were all staying, like 9 of us. We all had our own bathrooms. Like it was dope. And then we ate fantastic food the whole time. Like
Yeah,
it,
shout out to
it
Brad for some good steaks.
mhm. Yeah, dude. Blackout steaks are the fucking
Call them
best.
blackout states. Yeah, blackout
Yeah.
states. Yeah. Well, good, man. Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas to all,
Merry Christmas.
and to all
Yeah.
a good night.
And to all a good night. All right, everybody. Be humble, treat everyone the same, and do your fucking job.